Hey guys, this is Chase. Day 2 of the Commodore vlog. Um, really not a whole lot to talk about, just simply because, right now the puppies are uh, blind and deaf and all that sort of stuff. Duci's doing really good. We still have 11 puppies, 7 of them female, 4 of them male. One thing that I thought was really interesting, just so you guys know, I am a big numbers person, and when I started becoming interested in Commodores, by trade I'm a nutritional pharmacist, and I wanted to know growth patterns of a Commodore, and I couldn't find them. I read books and asked all the people that I possibly could find, and I never found anything. So I'm actually creating my own. I know it's going to be a n = 11 sort of thing, but it'll at least give me a generalized idea of what to expect. So the very first night, the first day of right after birth, the average weight of the 11 comms was 1.13 pounds. Oddly enough, I always expected that the males would weigh more at birth, but at least with this litter, the females, even though there was fewer of them, they weighed more. The other thing that I thought interesting, when you look at humans, typically what you see right after birth is you see a decrease in weight. And that did not happen with these Commodore puppies. If you go by the metrics, they averaged across the 11 of them 47 grams increase from day 0 to day 1, which is like a tenth of a pound to all of us Americans. So the other thing I wanted to touch on is, how in the world can someone so crazy about Commodores? Hey, Duci, stop snoring. Never see a Commodore puppy. Well, for one, I actually both of my comms are imported from a wonderful breeder by the name of Melinda, and at that time, they were not allowed to export Commodores until 4 months of age. So the first time I saw Odon, which is my first Commodore, he was the size of a lab. It kind of freaked me out. We had to drive all the way from Chicago, and we live in Kansas, so like a 2,000 round trip track to pick up a dog that I jokingly say only spoke or only listened to Hungarian. The other thing is that, Commodore, number one, they're not very common in America. If you look at the AKC website, they're 173 out of 195 in popularity, so they're not that common. On top of that, a lot of the Commodores that you see in America and elsewhere are actually working dogs. They're livestock guarding dogs, guard dogs. And, to put it bluntly, a passerby probably would not want to go around a newborn with their mom. That'd probably be a little bit more of a loaded gun than what you'd normally see. So there is that. One of the things that has been bothering me is that We've spent a lot of time with our dogs, with our comms, socializing them. We take them places. We have people come over, greet them. If you ever meet our Commodores, Commodore Rock, I guess, you'll find that they're, you know, they like people, especially Odin. He's a prima donna. But one of the things that's troubling me is how to socialize a Komondor puppy is with the mom around. We had some friends come over yesterday, and you know, my dogs were not aggressive, but I mean, you know, I've lived with them long enough to know that to know when they're saying, hey, you know, leave us alone. And I mean, that was definitely Duci. Duci didn't want other people in the whelping room. She was fine with my daughter bringing a puppy out. And then Odin, on the other hand, you know, I asked, as my son's friend, I was like, you know, you probably best leave. He's not wanting you around. So, you know, this is something that's going through my mind, is that, you know, it's difficult to socialize a Komondor properly. And, you know, the sooner the better. Obviously, with these puppies right now, it doesn't really matter that much until a couple of weeks. Side note, I'm getting ready to go through the puppy culture stuff. I've had enough people that know what they're talking about to recommend it, that I'm gonna read up on it. Really, that's about it. I was wanting to talk about how I fell in love with the Komondor, but I'm already at about 7.5 minutes, so I will leave that for another day. You guys have a wonderful afternoon, and we will talk with you later. I guess we can do a puppy shot here too. Also, I've been told by people not to bathe these things until they can regulate their body temperature a little better, but I'm trying to hold you right. There you go, buddy. Yeah, you got some. Yeah, you don't want that. Okay, okay. Anyways, have a good afternoon. Thanks.